Now to Bayelsa State, where 9 years after the killing of a 17-year-old Innocent Kokorifa by a police officer in 2016, the Federal High Court in Yenagoa has awarded compensation worth over 500 million naira to Daniel Kokorifa over the incident. In this report, TVC News Joseph Kunde visits the Kokorifa family after the death of their promising young child.
Global Rights reports that Nigeria has recorded over 800 incidents of extrajudicial killings across the country in the last 3 years. But before these incidents were the sad case of late 17-year-old Innocent Kokorifa, the first out of 5 children of Mr. Daniel Kokorifa, a civil servant. He was shot dead along Air Force Road in Yenagoa on the 18th of August 2016 by one Corporal Vincent Koloamowe, a now convicted and dismissed police officer who was also sentenced to death by a court in 2018. 7 years after, some succor seems in sight for the Kokorifa family as the Federal High Court sitting in Yenagoa awards over 500 million naira to Daniel Kokorifa in the civil rights suit. He also seeks a public apology from the Nigerian police.
Certain monetary compensation was awarded in favor of the applicant, who is the father of the deceased. There was also the order of the court that the police should immediately issue an apology on 2 national dailies with regards to the incident that occurred, the extrajudicial killing of Master Innocent Kokorifa on the 18th day of August 2016. Although no amount of monetary compensation can pay for the life that is lost, but at least the compensation would at least assuage some of the expenses that the family has suffered over the years.
It is only maybe when you go to the political sphere that they will not say judiciary is the hope of the common man. But when you talk about civil cases like this is one good example. So I want to commend the father of the late Innocent Kokorifa, my brother Daniel Kokorifa, for taking this matter up. If it were to be some person, they would say, "Live and for God."
We paid a visit to the home of Mr. Daniel Kokorifa in Yenagoa to get his reaction to the judgment and the state of the family 9 years after the tragic loss of his son.
My wife and all my children were going to still keep on mourning him. He's still in our memories. But God will have it. We've gotten judgment of the fundamental human rights enforcement case, and the judgment was in favor and money was awarded, and we are waiting for this stipulated time to make sure that we follow up the judgment to make sure those monies will be paid.
Activists believe the judgment, when followed through, will act as a deterrent to other trigger-happy police officers.
It is within the capacity of the Nigerian police force to pay the compensation, the damages awarded. Police is having money. After all, police is a federal government institution. So, federal government will take care of it. To let police go and pay the compensation so that the police will also take very serious in training and retraining. Again, warning and rewarning their personnel that goes out there to behave in an unprofessional manner, unprofessional conduct.
The memory of late Innocent Kokorifa is now being kept alive by his family and friends who recollect his big dreams of becoming a lawyer.
If his life was not cut short, Innocent could have been a lawyer. So till today, and that motivates me to make sure that I followed it up. And if we got to the timeline and this money is not being paid, definitely every 10 years, I will going to have a protest of my son in the state, possibly even in the Federal Capital Territory.
We have been together ever since as children. He's well-mannered, cultured, and has always told us of his ambition of becoming a lawyer, a young guy with a good prospect in life. His life was just cut short by the men of the Nigerian police.
A compensation of 500 million naira to the Kokorifas has been seen as a welcome development. The money the family say will be used as a fundraising charity in the fight against police brutality. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Yenagoa.
Well, back to Rivers State, where the State House of Assembly has passed the State Electricity Market Bill 2024 into law. The legislation seeks to increase access and improve power supply in the state. We have details in this report.
Plenary began with the Chairman House Committee on Power presenting a report on the bill. The team is satisfied with the intention of the bill, which is to break the monopoly in the power sector, thereby improving its efficiency.
The committee hereby makes the following recommendation for the consideration of the House. 1. That the bill should be passed into law expeditiously in view of its importance to the socio-economic development of the state.
Lawmakers were unanimous in their support for the bill. They said opening up the electricity power generation, transmission and distribution to private sector investment holds great potential for economic growth of Rivers State.
It has been properly moved from one step to the other. And at this point, I will urge honorable members to support so that this bill will be passed immediately into law, so that Rivers State will enjoy the effect of this bill.
There will be competition. A lot of businessmen will key into electricity and thereby creating jobs for our youth.
Stakeholders have confirmed that this bill will help to make the electricity market to flourish. It will allow more investors to come into the state and invest in the electricity markets. It will also help to reduce the monopoly of the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. And of course, this will help others to bring in more funds. We expect international investors, multinational corporations to come into these states and tap into this market.
On the sidelines of the plenary, the House of Assembly also recognized a student from Rivers State, Geraldino Ofoji, who won the 3rd edition Pengasin essay competition. They commended him for doing the state proud and urged others to emulate his achievement. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Well, to other stories now, at least 300 local government retirees in Taraba State are to receive their gratuity and terminal benefits after 14 years of service. Governor Agbu Kefas approved 500 million naira for the commencement of the exercise. Senior reporter Wulabi Adinusi filed in this report.
We are presenting this check to you, being approved by His Excellency Dr. Agbu Kefas, to claim your benefit as a retiree of local government in Taraba State. May God bless you.
Governor Kefas' administration in Taraba State says it is positioned to address the backlog of gratuity and pension of civil servants. The funds have been approved by the governor, with 300 beneficiaries slated for the first phase of the payment of gratuities. At the flag off, the coordinator Benjamin Baisa says the state governor has also earmarked the allocation of 100 million naira monthly for the offsetting of the outstanding gratuities of retired local government civil servants.
I'm also delighted that His Excellency Dr. Agbu Kefas has once again shown to all Tarabans, and indeed the whole world, that he is a man of his words by setting up this committee and graciously releasing the sum of 500 million naira only for the payment to the beneficiaries.
It will be recalled that in March 2024, the Taraba State government released 1 billion naira for the payment of the entitlement of state civil service retirees from 2010, and also release of 200 million naira monthly for the payment of outstanding entitlements.
Why 100 million naira is deemed to be released on a monthly basis for continuous payment, it is our belief that whatever that is going to be given to you, the beneficiaries, will be judiciously put to use.
Or the template that is being measured to calculate the pension gratitude must have to be reviewed so that it will meet up the yearning and aspiration of today's.
Governor Kefa says his administration's target is to pay all retiree civil servants in the state before the expiration of his tenure.